Hello, and welcome to another edition of recent charity shop CD finds. So really the trigger for this video was that I went into a Scope charity shop the other day, and this particular one I've gotten some really nice ones from before, but they always charge 50p, which I like. Yeah, well, really what I want to pay for CDs. And obviously someone who liked their indie music donated a lot, because there was like a whole rack full of this stuff. You know, this kind of genre. I'll put in a little clip here. I just couldn't believe it. There was just so many good titles. I just, couldn't leave them. So took them all up to the desk, and there was a really nice guy on the desk, and I bought 9 CDs in the end, and it came to £4.50, and the guy said, "Oh, do you want to just round it up to a £5?" So I did. So I paid £5 for these 9 CDs, but really good CDs. And the value of CDs really does vary online. Quite a lot of them, vast majority of really common ones from the sort of golden era of CD sales, often amount to, like £2.50 each on eBay. But a lot of these ones are actually, because they're later, probably when CD had died down a little bit, they're actually worth more. Quite a few of them are like £4 or £5 CDs. So I was more than happy to pay a fiver for all of them. It's just a really good deal. But the guy on the counter was really impressed that I bought so many and that they were all 50p each. And he said, are any of these rare or anything? And I kind of just said to him, they're rare for a charity shop. I've quite a few of these I've not come across, in all my time of charity shop collecting. So I'll run through them quickly. So we have Jamie XX with In Colour. I listened to this morning, and as I flip this up, I can actually feel the spin wheel inside of it spinning around. It's got a sort of spin wheel design, which, as cool as that looks, like, this must be intentional. It must be a bit looser so that you can do that with it, but that's kind of bad because as a result of it spinning around all the time, it has created a tiny bit of scratching on the inner rim of the disc, which is a little bit annoying. But I've already got this on vinyl. I actually have it to hand, strangely enough, because I have it to hand because it's relevant to another video that I'm doing. But this is one of my favourite electronic albums. It's just really good. It puts you in a trance-like state. It's something really special about this. And then it's got like a rap song halfway through the album. But yeah, honestly, one of the best produced electronic albums. It's one of my all-time favourites. So more than happy to get another copy another copy in addition to the vinyl to go right in my digipack collection. Yeah, and I'm going to leave that sticker on there as well, the 50p sticker, because I just want to be able to put that on the shelf as like a trophy that I got it for such a good deal. The next 2 albums are from a group which I really like, and I listened to this the other day. This is The Last Shadow Puppets. This album is The Age of the Understatement. This is another band of Alex Turner, who of course famous for being in the Arctic Monkeys. This is really good. This is a bit like sort of a mix of that sort of 60s sound with the Arctic Monkeys, but then also a bit of kind of ELO perhaps creeping in, some really nice lavish string arrangements in all of these songs. It was produced by James Ford, who does all the Arctic Monkeys stuff, as well as all kinds of other musicians these days. Recorded at Black Box Studios, France. Performed by Alex Turner, Miles Kane, and James Ford. So it's a 3-man project, and they got like the London Metropolitan Symphony to perform on this. Yeah, but exquisite album. And also the follow-up album, Everything You've Come to Expect. I remember my brother really liking this when it first came out, and this sort of is like a precursor to the Arctic Monkeys album, Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. It's a really good album with tracks like Aviation and Dracula Teeth and Everything You've Come to Express. Dream Synopsis, really, really good stuff. I strongly recommend it if you're into anything like the Arctic Monkeys. It's not just a random side project, it's like a brilliant band just on its own, really. Speaking of the Arctic Monkeys, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I don't know if these are Japanese editions, but they all come with Japanese lyric books, so probably sold in Japan. Including this one, the Arctic Monkeys, with their album Humbug, which is one of their better albums, I think. It's better than Suck It and See that they did, and AM, I think. It's really thick card as well. It's a nicely constructed product with a nice gatefold. This one's also got the Japanese booklet, but one thing that's nice about this, you get the little inner sleeve for it with Domino Records, but it's poly-lined as well, so it actually looks after the disc quite well. Just realised the disc is like an apple pie with AM for Arctic Monkeys. So yeah, a really nice big booklet with all the lyrics, and then also another one of those Japanese lyric books, which is a really nice thing to have. Next up, got an album by The XX. I've never really known whether to be a fan of this. Obviously, I love Jamie XX. He's the one who did that album In Colour, who's from this band. But yeah, I've never been the biggest fan of the vocals of this group. I find them a little bit hushed and a little bit shy and awkward, I suppose. But yeah, willing to give this more of a go, because it has got some classic tracks, and it was big here in the UK at the time. It was a big smash hit. I've also picked up another one by them, but I'll pull it out of the pile when it comes out. Also, Sigur Rós with Tack. I've never ever seen this in a charity shop before. I'm surprised I haven't, because Sigur Rós are quite big. At least the first 3 albums. Yeah, this is almost like a book, almost. It's actually like an actual book, rather than the traditional CD case. But yeah, more than welcome addition into the collection. I've got some of the promotional singles from this album that my friend let me have, that he got at the time of it coming out. Next up we have Bombay Bicycle Club with Flaws. Basically just got this because Vinyl Dale showed it on his channel. He got it on vinyl and he was saying it was a really nice sort of sad, melancholy kind of album. So I thought, well, 50 pence, why not? Let's just give it a go, why not? And then also Julian Casablancas with his solo record. Don't know if he's done any other solo records. He's been doing stuff with a band called The Voids, hasn't he? So I think this might have been the only solo record he ever did, but really cool album cover. Looks to be like a reference to the HMV logo with the little Jack Russell and the record player. This again is a digipack, and it's like a trifold one, but it's got really good artwork on it. I haven't really listened to this, listened to a bit, but thought it was pretty good. Big fan of the Strokes. So those are all the ones from the Scope charity shop. Some good indie kind of titles there for sure. Really good stuff. So we move forward now into a variety of ones that I've been getting from different charity shops from across the land. Neil Young greatest hits. Always happy to pick up something Neil Young related. This was £2 in a charity shop from in Hastings. One of my trips down to Hastings. Don't think I showed that before. Paul McCartney got this the other day, Flaming Pie. My brother said this was one of his best albums actually to me the other day. Just came up in conversation because I picked up McCartney 2 on vinyl recently, which was one I really wanted, and that's a really good album. But my brother was saying, yeah, that one's good, but you also got to listen to Flaming Pie. It's also a really strong McCartney record from the later half of his career. Of course, still going now, still putting stuff out. I think he's got a new record coming out even this year, maybe, or next year, which is just wild, really. But yeah, I've heard a little bit of this, but not enough to really sort of properly comment. But I shall do when I have. Patti Smith with Horses, classic album that I needed. Didn't have it yet. Can't remember what charity shot this came from. Maybe Cancer Research. It's one of those nice slipcover ones. Produced by John Cale, one of my favourites. And yeah, I mean, it's a super famous album. Let's just put a few more out here. So next up we got bit of Johnny Cash. Got this from a rummage sale recently. £3 for £1, something like that. I think it was £3 for £1, yeah. This is one of the albums that he did with Rick Rubin. I think this one's got a very good reputation. I don't have a lot of Johnny Cash. I've got some of the live records he's done. This is one of those American Records ones. I think this has got the cover of Hurt on it. I think it's meant to be one of his best. I think it's the one he did before he died. I picked up Led Zeppelin, the debut. Probably my favourite Zeppelin album, to be honest. I listened to Led Zeppelin 2 yesterday, and it is really good, but some of the songs sort of go on a little bit, I think. But this one's basically a perfect album. Produced by Jimmy Page. Really, really shiny disc. This one's It came out of HMV at some point. Originally $10.99. There we go. So next up we have Curtis Mayfield with Superfly. I got this from a Demauser charity shop for £2.50, which I was very happy to pay because it's not only got a lovely slipcover on it, but it's also a deluxe 2-disc edition of the album. And I'm a big fan of Curtis Mayfield. He's got one of the loveliest, smoothest voices in all of soul music. And this is arguably his best album, probably. One of the greatest soundtracks of the 70s, for sure. Need to give this a proper listen. Also, one that James Griffiths will be very impressed with, East Side Story by Squeeze. Need to give this a proper listen as well. Do like some Squeeze. Picked up Doolittle by the Pixies. Never owned anything by the Pixies, so this is a bit of a first. Would be nice to get Surfer Rosa as well, maybe on CD or record. Yeah, released on 4AD Records. I've listened to this album a few times. Wave of Mutilation and Debaser. Monkey's Gone to Heaven is a good one. Next up I picked up The Kinks. The Village Green Preservation Society, one of my favourite albums. I have this on vinyl. I have a nice reissue of it on vinyl. This is a version which has got the mono and stereo versions of the album. It's like 70 minutes in length because you get the album twice. So more than happy to pick that up. I rarely see Kinks in charity shops apart from maybe the odd best of. I listened to this the other day. This is Becoming X by the Sneaker Pimps. I really like this blend of trip hop. I really like the lady's voice who sings on this. I think they lost their singer on the second album and it was never quite the same. But this album's got Six Underground and Spin Spin Sugar, which are their most well-known tracks, and it's also got other great tracks like Low Place Like Home, Tesco Suicide, Becoming X. Yeah, it's got quite surprisingly innovative production and very 90s album cover. I don't think I showed this before. This is Programmed to Love by Bent. Quite a nice electronic album from the early 2000s, I think from the year 2000. They sampled a lot of old charity shop records on this and used a lot of just like records that you find in Oxfam, like James Last and things like that, and made some really good quirky electronic music. But the best song on here is a song called Swollen, which I already knew about, and turns out that that's one of Michael Caine's favourite songs, as random as that is. But he never knew whether it was Bent by Swollen or Swollen by Bent. This one is kind of rare but kind of not. Got the Predator soundtrack, the original movie soundtrack. I don't know, I'm assuming this is some kind of bootleg because it seems to be really obscure online and there's no barcode. And there's only one copy on eBay going for like £1,000 and nobody has bought it, unsurprisingly. So I'm thinking it's sort of like a short run bootleg and then someone's got their hands on it and has tried to sell it. But yeah, it's a pretty good soundtrack from memory. This Jeff Beck CD, Blow by Blow, one of his classic albums from the 70s. I did already show this one on the channel, but I listened to it I did already show this next one on the channel, but I listened to some of it last night and I did enjoy it a lot, and it was the Eagles Live double CD set. The version of Hotel California on that is very good. Some people were complaining that they perform the songs too close to the originals and they don't improvise, but I don't think they're that kind of band, really, you know. They're more of just a really relaxed, like, sort of lounging around kind of band. I've been expanding my Green Day collection quite a bit. I picked up this one, 21st Century Breakdown, and I really enjoyed it. It's got that rock opera kind of sound to it. I did think it was a genuinely really good rock album, though. And recently got American Idiot, which is probably like the fourth time that I've owned this album, but yeah, 3 for £1 deal that was with the Johnny Cash one. And I also picked up Nimrod, which I think is quite good too. I like the song Scattered on that album. Got this John McLaughlin album called Extrapolation by John McLaughlin. I think it's a classic album of his on Polydor. And then the XX with I See You. I had mixed feelings on this. I thought the production was very good. This was the album that followed In Colour, the Jamie XX record. But again, I wasn't sure if the songwriting had too much substance to it. I didn't think the songs were very remarkable, even though the production was very good. So that's it for now, and I shall see you very, very soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.